In this video, we're going to do the Interoffice Memo lab. I'll start first by starting Word, and in your computer is going to be Office Word 2010. And my computer is a slightly different, an older version is Office 2007. Once I get into Word, I'll maximize the window, and once I have the window maximized, I will set up the page layout. According to the instructions that you had, the top margin must be 2 inches, as you have 1 inch to either side and about 1 inch in the bottom. You're also going to notice that we have a header area, and this header are always dictated by 2 inches between each line and all caps for all the lines. We'll start now then going back to Word and setting up our layout. That is found in the layout command over here on top of it on your menu bar. So we're going to click that, and that will take us to the layout option, the margin option. I'm going to click on that. That's going to give me several options, but in this case here, I'm going to set up a custom one. Click on custom margins, the last item on that list, and you get to this window. You get to observe now that there are several things going on here. I have options to change all the margin settings for the whole page. I also have options to set up the orientation of the document, and several other options that we're not going to worry about right now. What I'm really want to do right now is that to change the top margins to 2 inches as it was required by the exercise. So I type in the number 2 and I click on OK in the bottom. Now I have a document that has 2 inches on the top and 1 inch to either side. I also have to change the spacing that each line has, and that can be changed under the page layout tab in the spacing area. And what I'm more worried about is the after number here. Right now I have a 10-point space in between lines, and I really want to remove that and reduce that all the way to 0. I'll press enter after putting the number in it. The last thing I want to verify is what font am I typing on, and according to my example I'm going to change this font. Let me verify this really quick. Yeah, this is a serif font, so it's a Times New Roman, and I'll select that. So I'll go to under page layout, I'll select Times New Roman from the list. Times New Roman is a font that is installed by default right here, Office Classic right here. So let me see if I can be more specific here. I think on the home button I have Times New Roman. I'll change the font size to 12, which is pretty standard for memos. You don't want something too small or too big. 12 is default on most documents. Going back to what I have, I'm going to manage to have this text open on the window at the same time that I type. So I'm going to arrange these things in a certain way so I can actually have a visual reference on either side. And that's pretty good. So my document here, I'm going to actually zoom out a little bit by clicking on the zoom window on the bottom. I want to see the edge of my paper. All caps, I type 2, and I'll copy exactly as they have it. Foreign language, department, studies. I'll press enter twice. From tab once, Mary Seville Travel Abroad Coordinator. tap enter twice. I'll type in date, and I'll tab twice. November to 2012. Enter twice. Subject, tab once. Open house, all in caps. And I actually forgot to put two tabs in here. Tab. You're gonna see now that actually my heading actually, memo heading actually matches the document. Okay, I have an even amount of space in between, just as I have in here. And that happened. I'm not sure that that will happen every time, but if it doesn't happen, you can always do tabs, fix the tab settings by using this top area and the ruler, and I'll show you more if that's the case. The following steps then now are completed. All you need to do is type all the text that is given. Just copy that as you go, and you should be able to finish this. Make sure you type exactly as it is and print it out. Before you print it out, I'll also ask you to change this line, the from line here, to put your name in there. Instead of Mary Seville, just put your name so I know who's turning this in. Put today's date in there, which is September 27, 2012.